Ooh, alright, hello everyone. Now, before this video starts, I do want to know, or let you know that none of this is written on a script what I'm about to say, so a lot of my thoughts are going to be here and there. It's going to be mix and matched. I'm going to try my best to keep a concurrent talk with this video, because I do actually want to talk about it. But for the most part, it's going to be like its and bits clipped apart, because like my train of thought does tend to wander, and I'm going to try my best to stay on track for the most part on this video. So, you saw the title, what we're talking about, the Genshin Impact controversy that's been going on recently. Now, I first started getting into the Hoyoverse from Genshin Impact, right? I am a version 1 player. I was there for all of it. I joined in, I bought the dragon. I thought it was cool. Like, I had just finished Breath of the Wild, right? I saw this Genshin Impact, just like, oh, it's a Breath of the Wild clone. I'm just like, well, what do you mean? They go, it's Breath of the Wild, but anime. I'm just like, hold on. You're telling me there's a game that's Breath of the Wild, but it's anime? Sign me the And so I went on that. I played the game when it released, and I thought it was awesome, because I was just like, man, they were right. This is Breath of the Wild, but anime, and it's fun. And it was fun. It was fun for me. It was fun for a lot of people when it released. And over the years, obviously, for some, they've lost that fun to it because, well, let's be 100% honest here. A lot of people are tired of the repetitivity of the game and the lack of rewards, which is what everyone's finally, like, protesting about. The lack of replayability of the game, the fact that our only end game is Memory of Chaos. The events that we get are time locked, so like you can only play during those times, and then those events never show up again, and they have no replayability whatsoever, which is why people like Honkai Star Rail a lot more, is because, hey, the events in Honkai Star Rail, they give you events that even if you're not there for it, it gets put into a catalog for you. At least, I don't know, for new players, I'd have to make a new account and test it, but at least for me, like, whenever I don't finish an event, I can go back into my catalog and look at it and see that the event's there and continue it even when the time limit is up. I've done it before. I did it for, what was it, 1.5 was when Woho came out? I believe it was 1.5. I did it for 1.5 because I didn't want to do the event in like one go. I had a lot going on with work. I work in the military, so I had just a lot on my plate, and I couldn't finish it. So when I finally got free time, the event was over. I was able to go back into it via that option and be able to still enjoy the event to its fullest without having to worry about it going away, which I enjoyed. The fact that I was able to play something and know, hey, even if I missed a time right now, it's not going to go away. That's what I liked. Now, obviously, that's me ranting a bit for this first part, but now I'm actually going to get into like the nitty gritty of what I actually want to talk about here, now that like my little ranting about how I started with Genshin, how I've lost interest over the years, and how now I'm a huge fan of Honkai Star Rail, not really Genshin Impact. Now, for those that haven't been following, I don't say might, I'm going to, and I'm going to listen to this and remember to put up little screenshots and little clips of the whole situation that's been going on, the loss of followers on the Chinese side, the whole worldwide, I should say, community actually standing up for themselves and speaking out about the rewards, reaching out to the Chinese community and actually telling them to stand up for the rewards as well. Now, what I'm about to say here might be a bit counterproductive to the whole cause, but in my personal opinion, unless it is the huge majority of the masses that boycott Genshin Impact, this is not going to work. I'm going to be 100% honest with you. It is not going to work. Now, why do I say that? Let's take some examples for real quick. I'll have to like obviously go in and take screenshots and everything and post them back up, but I don't really watch a lot of content creators, right? I don't really have the time usually. I watch Tectone from here to here. I may watch MTash from time to time. I may watch Ziox from time to time, but like that's very rarely when I have free time. I'll like maybe like put on one of their videos in the background as I'm doing work. I won't watch it. I'll just like hear the audio of it. And like so I've just been hearing its and bits of this. I stopped playing Genshin Impact a while ago. I may hop in every once in a while for a new patch to collect some login rewards, but I never like fully play it, right? So with this boycott going on, right? For that boycott that everyone wants to actually work, content creators, I'm going to be honest, they need to get involved, but at the same time, not really. Now, why do I say that? Content creators are a huge, influence on people. When you watch your favorite content creator and they say something about a game that you like, you're either going to disagree with them or agree with them, whatever take they have. And so, a lot of content creators can have some way of, like, I want to say, like, sorry, once again, train of thought, what's the word I'm looking for? They have some sort of, obviously, influence, but, like, they have a way to flow people together, like, bring them all together for the cause. But, in order to do that, you have to say, which one is one of my favorite sayings, actions speak louder than words. You can always foam at the mouth and say what you want to happen, and what you think needs to happen. But at the end of the day, if you do not follow what you say, no one is actually going to listen to you, and no one is going to take it seriously. So for those that actually want to boycott the game, when they see their favorite content creators like finally sticking together and being like, hey, we actually need change, we need to address this needs to change, and then the next day you see that the new character has released on the banners, and you see your favorite content creator spending like $2,000 to fully max out the character and the weapon. That's very disingenuous, because now you look at them and it's just like, well, you just said you want to change, we shouldn't be spending money on the game, but like, here you are spending like $2,000 to fully max out the new characters. And it's just like, one side tries to say, well, yeah, they're making their livelihood off of this, they need to do that, but like, I'm gonna be honest with you, like, I don't know like how pay range goes with Genshin Impact, right? Or not Genshin Impact, sorry, with YouTube and Twitch. I don't know how those values work, right? Because I don't make money off of this platform. I make money off of my job of working for the military. So, that's how I make my money, that's how I make my living. I suffer every day through working for the military. Trust me, this job sucks, but I do it because I need the money. And I also signed a contract, so I have to do that. But with content creation, there's a certain, if I remember correctly, there's only a certain like criteria you have to meet in order to make your quota, right? Quota for say, as in like your revenue, what you're allowed to do, how many videos you have to put up per like month, how many like views you need to rack in for a month. Like, obviously, the more videos you put out every month, the better. But at the same time, it's not like going one day or going one patch without spending money on the game is going to get you in a scenario of Squidward and Mr. Krabs when Squidward didn't open the door.
Mr. Squidward, open the damn door! Make me, fat ass! Look at you!
But now, saying that, like, you not spending money on one patch is not going to be the end of your life. Because let's be honest, you could make other content. You could do, let's say, Memory of Chaos, right? As much as we all hate it, guess what? You could do that. You could try to do it content without the new characters. Be like, hey, if you don't pull the new characters, there's still a way for you to clear this content. Like, there's so many things that you could do while not spending money on the game. That's why I want to address this, because at the same time, these content creators are saying, yeah, we need to boycott stuff. We need to make sure we're standing up. But then some of those same creators will not do what they are saying. And that's very frustrating. Because, like I said, actions speak louder than words. If you say you're going to do something and you do not do it, and you do the exact opposite of what you said, it's going to leave a bad mark on you, and everyone's going to think the cause you're fighting for is completely pointless and bullshit. So, like, when you say Genshin Impact needs to change and we need to boycott it so that way we can truly show that we mean business, and then you immediately go and start buying summons, that way you can get the new character, that's disingenuous, because you just said that you were going to boycott the game so that way you can make change, but then you're just like, oh no, I want to make a video on this because I feel like I'm not going to make enough revenue from it, and then you spend like 3 times the revenue you would make from a video on the character. Like, it's counterproductive. We'll be 100% real here. It's completely counterproductive. Because like I said, once you do that, it sends a message to the community themselves. The community looks at that, realizes whether you're big or small, looks at you, sees that you originally said, yeah, I'm for this, and then you did the exact opposite. They're going to look at you and be like, you're a fucking liar. You're just hopping on this train that everyone else wants to get views to actually gain money, and you don't actually want the change to happen. Because if you actually wanted the change to happen, you would grab what's between your legs, stick to what you say, and do the things that you said. But instead, these people didn't. I'm not going to say names, mainly because I don't exactly know how many they are actually. I'll probably post like little like bits of like screenshots of videos and such without the actual names of them. I don't know, maybe I will, because I think that's actually against copyright laws. I'm not sure, I'll have to double check. Probably best case scenario, I'll just post them anyways, but I'm just not going to say their names right now. But like I said, like it's just disingenuous. Or sorry, disingenuous. I can't speak, I have a speech impediment, sorry. But, back to what I mean. We'll take, perfect example I like to take here, Tectone. No. Do I 100% agree with everything Tectone says? No. But you cannot discredit the man, because everything that he has wanted to change, he has stuck to what he said, right? He said he was going to stop playing Genshin Impact. He stopped playing Genshin Impact because he no longer liked the game, right? He hopped on in 4.0 because he saw the new area released, new character for Arena came out. He's just like, wow, this looks cool. Maybe things changed. He went to play it. He said it was alright. He liked the story. But then, right after the story and all the new stuff happened, you know what happened? He stopped playing. Why? Because the game became stale, and it was just the same repetitive shit that they do every time. And now, with New Year's coming, or like New Year's right now, I'm not sure of the schedule, because like I said, I haven't played the game in forever. But with New Year's now here, pretty sure it's now here, don't quote me on that though, but now that it's here, people are now like just tired of everything. But like I said, no one actually wants to stick to their guns and do what they said. Because if you stick to your guns and do what you say you're gonna do, you will actually make change. The main point I want to make with this video, right, it's obviously me just ranting about a lot of shit, right, pointless talking, but like the point I want to make with this video is for those that are going into the boycott, right, for those that like want the boycott to happen and think it needs to be a thing, stick to your guns and don't give in to, what's the phrase I'm looking for, short-term pleasure, long-term pain. I think that's the phrase I'm looking for. Don't give in for the short-term pleasure of having that character or of getting that small dopamine rush of doing right now. Because in the long term, it's going to suck for you, because that small dopamine rush or that small little satisfaction you're going to get right now is going to backfire on you long term, because then it's going to send a message to them when you give into the short term of, hey, what we're doing is working, we're going to keep on doing this because no one is actually fighting back against it. And obviously they're trying to cover it up, which, quote unquote cover it up, because we don't actually know officially if this is really what they're doing or not. No one has actually like officially confirmed it or not. There's been no official statements of it. There's just speculation and such, but nothing is going to change if you don't make it change. If you don't buckle down and say, I want this to change, it's never going to change. Because if you don't stick to what you say and what you want to do, it's never going to happen. So I guess the main purpose of this video that I want to put out, even though it's like short, just me ranting about the whole situation, if you want actual change and these quote-unquote content creators actually want the game to change and get better, you need to stick to what you believe and what you say, and show your actions speak the same volume as your words. Because if you do this, I guarantee you, if every person stuck to what they said about wanting the boycott to happen and not spending on the game, we would already have made an impact, and there would already be a statement, because there would be that big of a loss on the first 2 days. But because we had people spend, and because people didn't stick to what they wanted to say, it is now at a point where most likely, at least in this patch, I do not think anything is going to happen for this patch. I do not think we are going to make a change on this patch. Maybe we can make a change on the next patch or the patch after that. But right now, with the fact that people already went back on what they said and what they wanted to change, I don't think anything's going to happen in this patch. But maybe I may be wrong, and in a few days we might actually see analytics that stuff is changing and people are making impact. But like I said, unless people actually stick to their guns and stick to their word, nothing's going to change. And like I said, once again, even though I repeat it multiple times, because like I said, I am very bad at putting my thoughts together, and I suck at trying to like stick to a topic and try to make sure I don't repeat things. But like I keep on saying, if you want this game to change, if you want Genshin Impact to change for the better, you have to stick to what you believe you need to happen, and you need to make sure that you do it. Set a reminder for yourself every day. Write it down. Like, write down every day, like in a notebook, I will not pay money for Genshin Impact, or I will not play Genshin Impact today, or I will not indulge in this today. Like, you have to write it down. You have to say it to yourself. You have to make sure that you know that you are not going to do that. You have to stick to it to actually make the change, or else nothing's going to happen. That's as much as I wanted to say. I hope my thoughts kind of made sense to people. Like I said, there was no script for this video. This was just me talking off my own thoughts and trying to put my venting together. Also, sorry in advance for any of this recording. If you hear my roommate, he is playing, I believe it's CSGO. So yeah, that's you can already tell what's going on back there. But yeah, but for anyone that like actually listened to this for some godforsaken reason, I thank you. If my voice somehow reached you, and I just hope that my thoughts were actually like put together enough for you to properly understand the message I wanted to put out here. But that's about all I wanted to really talk about here. I hope anyone who did listen did like take to heart what I said, and if you actually want the change to happen, make it happen. Stick to your guns and do what needs to be done, and I guarantee you we can make the game change. We just have to stick to what we want to say and do it. That's all it is. But I hope anyone who did listen to this actually takes the message to heart and does what needs to get done. I'm obviously already doing that. I haven't played Genshin Impact in like 2 years. Maybe a year actually. I can't remember. It's been so long. But I'm not playing the game at all until change happens. And if you want change to happen, that's what you need to do as well. But that's about it for this, and I hope anyone did tune in did. Like I said, once again, I can't stop repeating myself because like I genuinely like physically can't stop myself from doing that. So I hope anyone who does hear this understands that. But just like I said, stick to your guns, buckle down, and change will happen. I'll see you guys on the next video I make, which will hopefully not be talking about this, and will be a gameplay video on 2.0 of Honkai Star Rail. Peace.